this reading for the nodes of fate that will be changing from Taurus, out of Taurus and Scorpio, moving into Aries and Libra at the new moon on July 17th. And this reading is all about how this nodes of fate change is going to be affecting, is it even going to be having any sort of significant impact on your connection with you and your twin? Before we dive into anything, I want to wrap us all in love light, light love, inviting in the spirit guides who overlight the work that we do here at TLC for the Soul, Archangel Michael, Archangel Metatron, the Pleiadians. Seeing 111 on the timer. Inviting in our twin flame guides, Archangel Chamuel, Archangel Haniel, and all of my twin flame spirit animal guides, my twin flame dragons, Prinka and Theo, twin flame dolphin companions, Adila and Benoy, twin flame wolf shifters, Ataka and Ina. I'm telling you, get surrounded by twins. Get surrounded by doubles. All right, let's get comfy, settle in. I want you to listen or watch, because I do put this in multiple places, put this on Loveland Tarot and up on the podcast. And, you know, we always say listen or watch with your master senses, invite in your own guides to step in and help you assimilate these messages, what this might mean for you. How is this working with your connection? And the biggest thing I would say about preparing for this reading, because usually right when I start to prepare for the reading and get the space set up and all that, I start to pay attention to what's happening as I'm setting up. And I will say it was a very arduous affair to set up. It was almost like I was moving. I had to take all this stuff down and move stuff around and put the colored lights up in the background and it was like I was moving house or something. My room looks like a shambles. Like my studio looks like a shambles. Like there's stuff everywhere. Almost like I'm putting stuff in, like I'm gonna move or something. There's card decks all over the place. All my other altar spaces are all jumbled up with stuff that I moved. So it looks like, from the perspective of the connection, and it's moving at a greater rate of speed after this nodes of fate shift, after this new moon. So there was a lot of shadow as I was working with this too. And there's even still, I would say, shadow on the table right now on the board. To me, I don't want to say it's shadow and I'm going to ask the guides here, keep me on track, because there is some trickster energy around right now when I'm recording this. I'm recording this the week before. And yeah, Loki is very present around me lately. I don't know if it's because we've been working with the Norse mythology, Norse runic tarot deck lately. But all of the Norse spirit friends have been hanging about, and Loki is around. And I think he's like, this kind of devilish, trickster vibe going on. So not taking the shadow, I don't want to say not taking the shadow too seriously, but not taking it all too seriously right now. Being open for anything to happen at any time, they're saying. For things to shift unexpectedly towards the betterment of any connection. Doesn't even have to be a twin flame connection. So it looks like, and it's probably because, so the nodes of fate are shifting into Aries and Libra. And then later on in the week, there is a ground cross activation in the heavens. There's just this placement of, I'm not an astrologer, but you can look this up, but there's where all the elements are activated because of this grand cross, and it being activated in such a way that activates many different points and placements in your astrology chart. And with all the elements being activated, earth, air, fire, water, in terms of the, is it a cardinal cross? I think it's a cardinal cross. All the elements being activated, to me, that speaks very strongly of magician energy, because the magician uses all four, oh yeah, they're giving me chills, uses all four, well, really five elements, earth, air, fire, water, and spirit, to manifest. And so I think for your connection, yeah, they just keep saying it doesn't have to be twins, but for connections that you're trying to manifest, looks like the proving grounds are ripe. Proofing ground sounds like you're baking bread, but the ground it's ripe for manifesting. Okay, so let's move in with the cards. And I will say the other thing too, when I was prepping for this, is I feel like I have, usually going into a show, I have a pretty good idea of what I'm doing. And this one, it's like I have it's like I went in kind of blind. Like, I don't know what cards I'm using. I don't know what tarot board I was going to use. Oh, it's just all over the place. So the energy could be a little kinetic and frenetic and tower-like in a sense over the next couple of months, because of things settling into place with all of this newness, all of these activations, all of these manifestations. So you're kind of going to feel a little bit like you're flying by the seat of your pants, but you're being asked to trust the process and know that there's nothing wrong. Everything is working out for your highest and greatest good. So they're having me grab my deck. What is this? The Vision Quest Tarot. So we're going to try to get it close to the camera. This is the back of the deck. See what card we've got for our friends. And I've got the, I will say before I show this cards, I've got the pumpkin spice candle burning. And today, with some other stuff I'm working on for the show, I was inspired by Darling Desi, she's a YouTube channel, but she was, and I think other people call it like summerween too. So if it's summer here where I'm at in the Northern Hemisphere, but there's days that roll around that make it feel like it's autumn and feel like it's fall and feel like it's, that Halloween Samhain vibe. And when I woke up this morning, it was 48 degrees and it was cloudy. And I was like, I think I'm going to have, yesterday when I watched her show, her latest upload, I was like, I want to have a summerween, so like Halloween, but summerween day tomorrow, which is today. And so I've got the pumpkin spice candle burning, but I do feel like this is also a portent or a sign saying that these energies that we're talking about, whatever's coming up for you between this nodes of fate shift on 717, which in and of itself is a power number, 717, is all about being on the right path and being on the right journey. This applies, these cards and what we're saying here applies between now and the end of October, or Samhain, Halloween in the Northern Hemisphere. And what is that in the Southern? It's Beltane. So let's see how that plays out in the cards we just got. So we got 3 cards from this deck. The first one is Breakthrough, 6 of Earth, which is 6 of Pentacles. So that in and of itself being the first card out, I think that's really important. Breakthrough. Here, where do I want to place these? And then the other two cards that came out, oh, that's funny, I drew these cards earlier. Grandfather, which is Emperor energy, and Son of Earth, which is the Page of Pentacles. Wow, we could pretty much just end the reading right here. You're going to have a big, huge breakthrough in your connection with this Nodes of Fate shifting. And you have homework as you navigate these changes. One of them with this grandfather energy, this emperor energy, is to stay in your power. Remember everything you've learned. Be in gratitude. Be in faith. Be in trust that all is well, that all is working as it should be, that you're connected to source and spirit, and all these, even if it feels chaotic, everything that's coming in is divinely guided. It's important. It's necessary for your journey to move forward. And the same thing with the Page of Pentacles, or in this case, the Son of Earth. This is a card all about being in gratitude for everything you have, for everything that you've been given on this journey, for all the support you've been given, the spiritual support, all the signs, serendipity, synchronicity, all the abundance and prosperity in your life right now. Just being in a state of not wanting more, but knowing that more is going to come. That's kind of a weird place to kind of stand in. It's like, you know what you want to manifest, but still being grateful for everything that's in front of you helps more actually come in, because you're not in a state of lack or feeling that you have to have more. You definitely want more, but you don't necessarily need more. But I did have an interesting thing come up yesterday where it was like, it just kind of came out. I read something somewhere, and then just out of my mouth kind of came out like, I deserve more than what I'm asking for. So pay attention to, because this is a new moon at the same time this is happening, these Nodes of Fate shift are happening, and this is a big opportunity at this time to realign and focus. And of course, you can use this as a timeless reading, even if you're listening to it after the fact, after the 7/17, because we said that these energies go all the way to the end of October. But it's like, take a look at what you're asking for, what you're trying to manifest, and open up some space for Spirit to come in and show you. And because this is a Vision Quest deck that I'm using, and we did do a Vision Quest, if you are interested in doing a little mini quest with us here at TLC for the Soul, I did just record a mid-year Vision Quest over on my TLC for the Soul. It's on TLC for the Soul YouTube channel. Or if you're listening on the podcast, you just need to, I think maybe you can scroll back a couple of shows, and that show will be there. And it's a drum journey, a Vision Quest for your guides to come in and show you anything that you need to see right now. And it might be a good idea to quest and allow visions and sugar plums to come in and show you maybe some things that you weren't expecting to see about your future, what you have the potential to manifest versus maybe where you may be playing it small. For many years now, I've had some of the same things on my list of what I wanted to work towards. And Spirit's like, you could ask for more and your wish would be granted. So don't be afraid to, to put those things out there, even if they seem maybe far-fetched, even if they seem a little bit out of reach. They're coming to you for a reason. They're kind of like stretch goals, but not stretch goals in the sense that they're not going to happen. Stretch goals meaning to stretch you a little bit, pull you out of your comfort zone, and get you maybe working towards something a little bit of a higher echelon. Because rewards are coming in too at this nodal shift for all of the hard work that you've been doing for quite some time now. And we could say, I've been doing this work for weeks, months, years and years and years, whatever. The point is, rewards are starting to come in now for all of the work that you've done, because all of you are my bringers of the light, earth angels, star seeds, wizards, shaman, healers, Reiki masters, all of the above all together. You know, rewards are coming in for all of your hard work. So pay attention to the signs that you're seeing, the things that are being shown to you along this next week or so, leading up into this new moon. All right, I'm going to grab my newest deck that I got for us, all of us here on the channel. It's got a beautiful little rose gold edges. It's the Lunar Eclipse Tarot, but when I saw it, it really had personally many signs and serendipities for my own personal journey. But when I saw it, I really felt like it was a deck for the twin flames. Let's just see if there's any other messages, because this just seems like a very short reading. Like, pay attention to the signs that you're seeing. All right, so we got the moon. And we got the Seven of Swords. You can't see what's coming. And so that could make you feel, where do I want to put this? That could make you feel a little uncomfortable. You can't see how things are going to unfold, and that could make you feel all up in the air. You can't see when things are going to happen. That could cause you to have some doubts and fears. And so you're being asked to stay in your strength, stay in your power. These messages just keep repeating themselves. The readings I've done for this week, if you pay attention to the weekly readings, they're posted on Loveland Tarot and over on Instagram. We do the cards, and then on the podcast, we do the weekly energy story. Everything points to the same messages over and over again, just being repeated like this, almost like this, you know, what was it, Close Encounters of the Third Kind, where the star beings just kept sending that same, you know, do-do-do-do-do, over and over again. It just feels like Spirit just keeps projecting these same messages out to folks now of, you know, remember who you are, stay in your power, don't let yourself be foiled by lower energy, allow yourself to receive, wish for more because it will be granted. All sorts of very similar messages popping up. Let's get something from the Psychic Tarot of the Heart by John Holland. This is a very kludgy deck to shuffle. I don't know, it's so gloss, like heavy gloss and heavy cardstock. It just has a weird shuffle to it. It's very, very accurate. It just shuffles like very strange. All right, what did we get here? We got, oh, see, it's the same cards again. So we got win or lose. Several different things. This is supposed to be the Five of Swords, but for me, this is the Archangel Michael card. This is a card about soul mission and soul purpose. And when we read in the book about this card, it's kind of like, it's kind of like that. It's not how you win or lose, it's how you play the game. And in this card, I think I'm going to move it too. In this card, it is more like, it's not how fast you get to your destination. It's enjoying the journey along the way, which is why we kind of moved it up over here next to this Page of Pentacles, which pretty much had the same exact message. It's about enjoying the journey along the way. Let's pull from my deck the Forest of the Wolf, and let's see what else we have. We've got dragon energy up on the board today. We've got Lemurian energy with this twin flame, or kind of, if you're looking at the camera, it just doesn't, from far away, you just can't see how beautiful this crystal is. with all of its angel aura quartz. It's a Lemurian. Very cute. All right, let's see. Pull from the top, they're saying. The card we got is, when you don't know which way to go, turn inward and seek guidance from your inner wolf. And if you're listening to this, it's like a wolf kind of sitting at the edge of the forest, like he's about to go in, but it's all foggy. And the trees look very spooky, foggy. I don't know where I'm going. Is this the right way? Is this the right path? Am I still on the path? What's going to happen when I go in that forest? Oh my gosh, I don't know. So stay true to you. Again, remember how far you've come. Remember what you've learned. I get the feeling like everyone that's listening to this between now and October is graduating to the next wave of their journey. Is that, yeah, like, if you don't know what the waves are, if you're not familiar with any of that, we're doing a whole series on the Twin Flames 2.0 series. On this channel on Loveland Tarot, there's a playlist. Same thing on the podcast. If you listen in Spotify, I have a Twin Flames 2.0 playlist. And I guess on other podcast providers, you might be able to search within the podcast and just type in like Twin Flames 2.0, and it should bring up all the ones in the series. But we did 3 shows on what are the definitions of the different waves of the journey. And there's wave 1, wave 2, and wave 3. And I don't want to go, I might just type up some short definitions to put within the show notes of these shows. That way, in case you're not clear on what I'm talking about, you'll have that. But it does feel like many of you watching are going to be kind of leveling up to the next wave of your journey. So if you're in wave 1, then you'll be moving to wave 2, maybe moving to wave 3, and wave 3 moving into reunion with your twin, meaning for this group that listens here, that would be physical 3D contact, meeting your twin in the 3D for the first time. So, that's pretty exciting. But they're saying adjust your expectations of what that means for you. Stay true to your heart. Stay true to who you are. And just acknowledge how far you've come. I think to finish out, we're going to draw from this runic tarot deck because of this Loki energy. I don't even know where all my... I've got cards scattered everywhere. All right, let's draw from this. This back of the deck has got... All right. Oh, what do we got here? We have the 6 of Cups. Look at it. This is the final card drawing. Oh, see, it's so cute. And this card is really different from the other 6 of Cups cards that are out there. So it's a man. I'm going to let the book. I like to read the book on these teaching decks because for this one, we're learning about the Norse, the Nordic stuff. So I like to read from the books. Where is this? This would be considered the 6 of Horns. Because it describes the card too pretty good for my people listening. And I'll hold it up here for those of you that are watching. This says, a family of 3 appears on this card. The parental figures have red hair, and the lady on the left has a single braid with earrings and necklaces. The figure on the right, which is the divine masculine, so is the divine feminine on the left. The divine masculine stands on the right, a bit taller, holding a young child in his arms. They are both staring down at the child. 6 drinking horns appear in front of them. The horns have been converted to pots with fresh soil. White and yellow flowers grow out of them in abundance. The divine feminine on the left is threading a necklace with runes on it, and the 3 of them are visible on the leather of the 3 runes. And this says the Six of Horns is a comfortable feeling. It's the warmth you feel while you are at home in the safety of your surroundings and family. It brings us a relaxed state that feels timeless. In a way, the flow of time has stopped for the couple on the Six of Horns. This is a picture-perfect moment that they will relive over and over again. When the Six of Horns comes into your life, know that you are safe and secure. All your needs are satisfied. You have an opportunity to hold contemplations about your past. These moments have guided you to the present. Be careful that you don't get caught in the trap of how good things used to be. Learn from the past and have it help propel you forward to the future. And the upright card, which we got, was seek comfort, understand the keywords, understand the past, reunion, childlike wonder, giving and receiving from the heart. And there is there a bind rune? I don't see it in here. It says it's there, but I don't see it. Maybe it's the runes she's stringing. The bind rune is attaining honor from everyone around you. So, for many of you watching, this could very well signify reunion with your twin. You may be moving out of wave 3. For others, like I said, you're graduating, up-leveling from possibly wave 1 into wave 2 or wave 2 into wave 3. And preparing, if you move into wave 3, you're pretty much preparing for a reunion with your twin. So lots of good news coming in with this nodal shift, this 7/17 new moon, the cardinal cross activation coming in. I didn't look at the exact date. It's around the 20th, the 21st, something like that, the 22nd. Oh, that'd be interesting if it was the 22nd, because to me that's like a twin flame number too. That would be Saturday, July 22nd. But regardless, it's all here. It's all happening right now, and is going to be a very fun, prosperous, exciting time. So do you want me to do cards for wave 1, wave 2, and wave 3? Oh, they're saying it's up to me. All right. Let's pull a couple of extra cards from the Forest of the Wolf deck, because this deck is so much about the whole twin flame journey, this lone wolf journey, and the fact that you're connected like a wolf pack to your twin. So let's pull a card for what our folks from wave 1 need to be aware of during this time, during this shift. Mother. This is one of our pack members, Mother. This is all about love, the energy of the divine feminine. For my divine masculine, it could be that you're going to be getting more in touch with your divine feminine nature, with your divine feminine energies. That's a big part, I think, of wave 1 and wave 2 is coming into alignment so that you can move into wave 3. Yeah, because they're showing me something that's kind of like almost like a spine, but it's not completely lined up. It's actually the whatchamacall thing? The hinge on the door of my door that's in front of me, and the hinges are kind of like one's here. Maybe it's not very good. It's probably a really old door. One's here, the little thing. The next thing's here. The next thing's there. The next thing's there. The next thing's there. The little things that are on the hinge. So maybe there's a lot of divine masculine watching this that are in wave 1, going to graduate to wave 2. But really, that journey, the wave 1 and wave 2 journey, is about the healing work that's necessary both inwardly and outwardly to come into alignment with your twin. So looks like my wave 1 folks are going to be graduating to wave 2. Okay, so what I want to say for wave 2 people. My wave 2 people. Wave 2, oh, secret admirer. So, secret admirer. Yes, wave 2 people. Someone is Someone is watching you. Someone's checking up on you. Someone wants to know how you are. Someone wants to know how you feel. Someone wants you to be their everything. I would say this is also the part of the journey where you do kind of come into energetic contact more closely with your twin. You're kind of like a third of the way through the healing process, and there's room in your field for bringing this other energy in and making itself more known to you. So if you're the divine feminine, you won't know who the divine masculine is. That's some moniker of this. I told you we're a niche of a niche here. We are the twin flames that I work with here, that you're twin flames, but you have not met your twin yet in the 3D. We teach you all about on that Twin Flames 2.0 series. We've done a show on what is the twin flame. What we give you a very channeled definition from spirit about what that is, and then we teach you in the second episode of the series how to scan the energy of anybody, any relationship, to see what chakra it's most connected at. And the twins, you and your twin, are the only soul signatures that connect at a very specific chakra. And so there'll be no denying that a person is your twin. We teach you how to scan the energy, what to do there. And so you won't have to question like, is this person my twin? No, maybe that other partner was my twin. Oh, maybe that was my twin. Because I think that's where a lot of confusion comes in on the journey is people get confused about catalyst versus a twin flame because it can feel very similar at first. So Spirit has given us the power. They've given us the knowledge that we need to be able to scan and know who's who. So for divine feminine, you may just feel like this other energy come into your field. You may start getting a lot more if you watch a lot of tarot readings, or if you work with a reader or a healer, they may start saying stuff to you like, there's this energy coming in. I remember way back, I don't get a lot of personal readings. Over this whole twin flame journey, I think I've had one. And which so far, this whole twin flame, I don't know how long, I can't even put years on it. It's years though. But over the years of this twin flame journey, I think I've had one personal reading with someone, and one of the first things they said was, "There's a spirit guide that's here that wants to make themselves known to you." And I was like, I don't know. I work with a lot of spirit guides. None of them are secretive. And the person had a pendulum, and I started. Usually, that's why I don't do a lot of personal readings, is because I end up doing part of the reading along with the person. It can be fun, but it's kind of like, what am I paying for this for? It's more about it's more about meeting certain people, I think. But anyway, that's beside the point. But anyway, she had a pendulum up. This was like a Zoom call, I think. And I started saying, okay, is this because we were both channeling then. And I was like, is this a spirit guide, or is this a 3D person in the 3D? And the pendulum started saying, yes, it was a 3D person. So it ended up being that it was talking about my twin, being kind of somewhere in my energy field, like making themselves known. So you may get that more as you start, like I said, you're going to start your healing, right? So you may be seeking out healers or readers or whatever to give you readings and give you guidance, give you healing on what you need to do. I do all of that stuff too. If any of you are interested in working with me, if you resonate with my energy, if you vibe with our tribe, I do offer private sessions to work with you, help you understand what you need to do to align, where you're at on your path, all of that good stuff. But I would say for my wave 2 people, more of this. And so for the divine masculine on the wave 2, this is the part of the journey, I think, where your person becomes known to you in the 3D. I don't know how. It's different for everybody. And I don't know how. It's like secret. It's like secret. It's like a secret. It's like all of a sudden you come upon this person. You're like, wow, this person really looks familiar to me. I know this person from somewhere. And you go down the whole rabbit hole of like all the past lives you've had together and all of the stuff, and all of the feelings come up about how much you feel drawn to this person. And that's where all the healing work starts to come in about, wow, is this really my person? Which we've shown you have a scan for that. And if it is really my person, like, oh my God, is this real? This doesn't make sense. Like your mind could get a little blown. Wave 2 is very rich with stuff going on to bring you into alignment. And I think that's where the majority of the work gets done. And it has to be done and completed based on the channeling we did for Wave 2. If you don't want to watch all the videos or listen to all the audios, you can go to my blog, which is also listed in the show notes. And we've put the channelings in for each of the waves, like the detailed channeling that I read in each of the shows. There's the channeling is there without all the other supporting, stuff. If you don't want to take, I don't know, each one of those shows was probably 40 minutes. If you just want to quickly scan the channelings, yeah, they're saying, yeah, that's a good idea. You can go to the blog and you can look at those as well. All right, let's get a message for our Wave 3 people at this time. What's Nose of Fate doing for our Wave 3 people? Okay, put this down. We got pack notes. You've tried and tried to get this feeling to stop, but you just can't seem to shake it. You know that if you give into it, then you will be left behind, and you don't want that. You want to be part of a pack. So you put your best foot forward and try once again. What does that mean for Wave 3? You put your best foot forward and try once again. I would say if what we're saying here on this show is that Wave 3 is now graduating to reunion, then it's time. That means it's time to meet each other in the 3D, and there could be a few little niggling things, a few little like some nervousness coming up, and some like, am I making the right move? A little bit of trepidation, a little bit of like, anytime you're stepping over a threshold and making a move, and especially moving something forward from anything that's manifesting down from spirit world into the 3D world, could just be a little bit like, again, back to the moon card. We all don't know where this is going. I'm supposed to stay in my power. Because this card's sitting on top of all these other cards, the fog card. I don't know where this is taking me. And so there could be some little niggling. I think that's why Loki's here. There could be some little niggling shadow energies coming up. And I don't think they're going to stop you, because I feel like at this point, the move from Wave 3 into reunion has been well vetted out by your spirit guides and source and the angels that surround you and your twin flame guides. And you have been tested many times on your patience, your perseverance. How badly do you really want this? How badly do you really want this relationship that you've dreamt about for so long? Do you want it bad enough to just set aside all of these little shadows and step forward and allow the hands of fate and the nodes of fate to move you to they're giving me so many chills there, to move you to the next level? I don't think at this point, because I feel like some of you have been really tested, even in Wave 3. I think your perseverance and your patience have really been tested. I feel like there were a couple of times when you were ready to step forward. I feel like Divine Masculine, there was a couple of times when you were ready to step forward and reach out to your twin, and Spirit pulled you back and made you wait. And I feel like for the Divine Feminine in Wave 3, there were some times when you felt your masculine coming, where there were some times where you were like, I just know it's going to happen. I just feel so strongly that this is going to happen. And then nothing happened. And you had to deal with some maybe inner child stuff or past life stuff about disappointment again, and clear up some last little final niggles. And I feel like you have been putting your best foot forward. You've been very patient. You've been very resilient. You've persevered. And now your reward is, they're saying your reward is reunion. So, oh my gosh, that's so good. That's so good. That's so good. And we are moving into, they had me pull this card as our final card. We are moving into a Venus retrograde. As well, and this card came out from my Starseed Mystic Martians this morning. This is the Venusians, romance, soulmates, and empathy. To close this out, this is what you've been working towards. This is what all the heartache is about, to get to this point, this reunion point. No matter what wave that you're in, this is the, what do they say? This is the light at the end of the rainbow. This is the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. This is what you're working towards. This is what all the work has been about. And if you're in wave 1 and 2, is what you just continue to work. Because even if you're in wave 3 and you're moving into reunion, you're going to have a soul mission to work on as well. Work doesn't end, nothing stops just because you've met each other. It's a different type of work, it's a different type of soul work, it's a different type of mission, but it's all of it is about bringing more light to yourself and to the planet. Because these relationships, these twin flame relationships are very, very special, and it's not just a romance. I mean, it's a big old fashioned, a big old fiery romance, but it means a lot to the ascension of the planet as well. And that can be its whole other show. So we're not going to go into that too much here, but your light is important. The work you're doing is very important. If you're in no matter what wave you're in, keep going, put your best foot forward, persevere. I know that the wait can be hard and it can be long and it can be tedious and tiresome, but there are so many rewards at the end of it. So I want you all to keep going no matter what wave you're in. Remember everything we've talked about here and know that this nodes of fate shift, this cardinal cross activation are all big stepping points towards getting closer to where you want to be on this path. So that is all we have for you right now. I want to thank you all so much for watching and listening, and we will see you all again soon. Take care.